All right, this is Unit 4 review. This question is 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to try to get these done pretty quickly. Again, this is the parent function, and this time you have f of x equals x, which that's the parent function. And then they give you a second. No, sometimes they'll do this. They'll give you one function where they'll use the letter f, and they'll use another one, g of x. These are the same thing. This is still y, and this is still y. So it doesn't matter. They're both represent y. All right. So what they want you to do is they want to know what would happen to this function. They want to know what is the transformation, mathematic terms that would be, and how does it, and what it does to the graph. All right. So you remember anything that's being added to outside of the parentheses means it shifts. So this shifts up 8 units. All right. The number that's outside, you notice that this is the y, is being multiplied to the y. So we're going to say that this is going to make it's negative. So it's the negative sign makes reflect over, and we're going to say the x-axis. And the best way to remember this, because the negative is on the y part, the f of x, and the x is positive. All right, so it reflects over the x-axis. And remember what I said, that's because the y is negative. The f of x is basically what I'm trying to say. The x is positive, so it reflects over the x-axis. That means it just goes down instead of going up. All right, the number 2 there, if you see the number 2, that means more steep. And so now we have to kind of think about this. If it's greater than 1 and it's more steep, all right, and it's on the y, that y means vertical. So what do I do to the vertical axis? Okay, so you got to think vertically here because the number is actually on the y. F of x represents y. So it vertically. And so if it's more steep, what do I do vertically? Do I compress it? So think of it this way. So here's my line. If I compress vertically, that means the y-axis. My line looks like it gets less steep. If I stretch like a rubber band, if I pull the ends, the line gets steeper, which that's what that is, more steep. So we're going to say vertically stretched. All right, so let's do the next one. All right, so this one here, same thing, shifts right here, shifts vertically or shifts down 5 units. This right here looks like it reflects over the x-axis. And that's because the x isn't negative, the f of x isn't. All right, so here's this one. This one's a nice, easy one. It looks like the only thing it does is it shifts down 16 units. That's it. Just pay attention to the negative signs here. Make sure you get, if this is a negative on the outside of f of x, it's reflect. If the negative was on the x, it would be reflect over the y-axis. Okay, so just be careful when you're doing these.